What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Life of T. Today's video is another sit down. I'm really enjoying those type of videos these days, so I really hope that y'all do like those. But today is all about my faith journey, why I decided to become a Christian believer, all the things, because I feel like those are certain things that people want to know when it comes to their own faith walk or trying to make decisions for their lives. It's good to see like-minded people, or you know, people on the same journey. So let's get started. So I was baptized in 2011, so it's been what, almost 12 years now. It was November of 2011. And before then, of course, like, you would get drugged to church by your mama, your grandma, somebody. It was my aunt that was taking me to church when I was younger, because that's who I used to live with. And you know, as a kid, it's like, oh my God, this is just taking out so much of my life. I'm tired, I'm hungry, I don't want to be here. And you're not really thinking about it then, like your own personal faith walk, because you're still young. I mean, some children know, but not all of them. I definitely wasn't one of them. I just was tired. I remember that, being on the pew, tired and hungry. So when 2011 rolled around, I was in 11th grade. I was in the 11th grade. And was I don't know, maybe I was somewhere, I don't know, maybe, anyway, 10th or 11th grade. And I just remember being in church. I was still living in North Carolina at the time with my aunt, and I remember being in church, and I just felt moved by the Spirit to, you know, go down and give my life to Christ. And it was like the craziest thing ever. That day when I went to church, I had no idea. And that's just how God works. That's how the Spirit works. You just, one day you feel it, and then that's it. But of course, after I finished high school, you know, being young, you feel like you're invincible. You just be out in the streets doing whatever. So I really, like, I was going to church. By then I had moved back to Arkansas, and I was going to church sometimes, but I didn't really feel like I had a church home. I'm just going here and there. Sometimes my mama would low-key call me the devil, because I used to be like, I ain't going to church, or I'll go, and I don't go, or something like that. It wasn't that I had, you know, distanced myself from Christ, but just being young and doing my own thing. And so, what year was it? Much later. It was maybe 2018. I finally had found a church that I liked in Little Rock. And I just felt like that was home for me. And I joined church, you know, went through all of the classes and things like that. Well, still kind of wasn't really like doing everything that I needed to do. As far as being a Christian believer, I ended up moving to Dallas in 2019, and it was on my heart that I wanted to find a church home. And I was searching and went to, I think, like 1 or 2, and wasn't really impressed by either one. And then finally I found the church that I am a part of today, Concord Baptist Church. It is in, I think that's considered South Dallas. And it reminded me of my church back home in Little Rock. So instantly I knew that I was going to, you know, be connected there, and I've loved it ever since. So that's pretty much, I guess, my beginning stages, or, you know, my little background history. But now I want to talk about my experience as a Christian believer. So my experience has been pretty great. Of course, I have imperfections. I still sin, I still mess up. And one thing that I really have to, like, remind myself is to give myself grace. That don't mean to be out here just doing the most and then be like, oh God, forgive me. No, it means like when you truly mess up, you know, you weren't trying to do those things, you weren't, you know, you just maybe get caught up in a situation. That's when I really have to remind myself, okay, you're still learning. Just because you're a Christian does not mean that you are just the most holy saint ever. And I don't like when people do that, because at the end of the day, we're all human and we're all going to make mistakes. So, but other than that, the journey has been great. I still struggle with certain things. Like, of course, I'm a big music person. Got the tattoo right there. I'm a big music person, and I struggle with, I love gospel, I love hip-hop, I love R&B, I love all music. And that's something that I struggle with, is not You know, do I still listen to the rap music even though I know it's not good for me? Do I not? And I mean, at this moment, I still do listen to all music. And so that's something I struggle with. Or, you know, not doing worldly things where I know I have no business being. It's like, once you get on your Christian journey, you know there are things that you will no longer be able to partake in, because you can't be like dibbling dabbling, one foot in, one foot out. You really have to commit to being this, you know, faithful believer to God. He has truly blessed me like beyond measure, y'all. There have been situations, I always say, like, I didn't know how I was gonna get through it, but I knew that he would keep me. I knew that he would have me. I knew that all I had to do was trust in him. Even when the times where I wasn't in the Bible like that, or I wasn't going to church like that, or doing the things that I needed to do, he still kept me, protecting me from all type of harmful things. And he's really like been the head of my life. And anytime I get the chance, I will tell someone in a quick minute. And when they be like, I don't know how you do X, Y, and Z, because of God. Anything because of God. Because I don't do anything by myself. It's never because of me. Yes, we all put in the work to do things, but ultimately it is because of God as the reason why I am today. But do I always feel positive? Absolutely not. Especially in them struggle moments where you be like, I won't even lie to y'all. I actually had a moment that was like really, really bad. I think it was back in April of this year. I really just felt like giving up. I had actually stopped doing my devotionals. I just stopped trying to be so present with God, because in that moment I felt like I was just failing. I was not in a good place mentally. I was not in a good place in my job at the time. I just was not in a good place, and I just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I trying so hard and it's feeling like I'm not being listened to? My prayers are going unanswered. Even when I was being ungrateful in that moment, God still blessed me. He gave me the job that I wanted. He allowed me to have more opportunities, and I felt so bad for doubting him in April. And it just goes to show, like, girl, he had you all along. But I mentioned that because no, it's not always easy. It is not at all. You know, just because you become a Christian believer, it does not mean that life is just happy-go-lucky. You walking down the yellow brick road and you just living your best life. No, baby, God be out here giving his battles to his strongest warriors. That sometimes I don't even want to be a strong warrior. I do not. But you know, it's all a part of the journey. Just because you give your life over to him does not mean you won't still face struggles. It does not mean that you won't have hard times. It does not mean that, you know, you just gonna be out here easy breezy. No, it does not mean any of that. But if you lean on him, if you trust in him, baby, it's the best thing in the world. I'm not even kidding y'all at all. And as I mentioned about my devotional, some of my daily practices, one, I always, well, let me rephrase it. My main goal is to start every day with God. Sometimes I like get up early and start doing other things, and I have to backtrack and do my devotional later. But 9 times out of 10, I start my day with God. When I wake up in the morning, when that alarm clock go off, I do not get on social media. I don't go start checking notifications. I do my devotional. It's very easy to do with the Bible app. The Bible verse app is like the most popular one. I do my verse of the day, and then I do the devotionals that are provided in there, and then I also do prayer time on my own. Now, I had bought a Bible not too long ago, but y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't like it, and I feel bad for saying I didn't like that Bible, but it was supposed to be like one of those studying Bibles, but I did not like it, so I had to return it to Amazon. But I want to get a physical Bible to get more into the word and things like that. I always, if you are following me on Instagram or TikTok, I don't think I put it on here, but I did a like Christian vision board where I put all of my favorite verses on there. So that's a part of my practice as well, having favorite Bible verses, because y'all, in the times where it be hard and you be like stressed out and stuff, baby, you need them verses to fall back on. I also keep a lot of notes in my phone as well with like scriptures that I see or thoughts, and I write things down. I journal a lot. Just when I'm not doing like the actual out loud prayer. I write in my journal as if I'm writing to God, as if I'm talking to him. I do that a lot, and then I read those things back to me, because like I said, in the times where you just really just down bad, you need to be able to look back on those things to uplift you, to, you know, keep pushing on, to keep trusting in God and knowing that he's going to do the things that he says he's going to do. So yes, daily devotionals, writing, journaling, my favorite Bible verses, prayer, all of those things. And I know sometimes when you're in the Bible, because I will admit, sometimes it can be hard to understand and decipher, which is why I had wanted to study Bible. But it can be hard to decipher things. So try different versions. I usually use the English Standard Version or the NIV version. Sometimes I think I use the King James Version. I use a few different ones, but you need to figure out which one will help you to, you know, understand it the most. And keep reading it, look it up, like try to find ways to break it down, because I certainly have given up when I'm like, I don't really understand what's going on. But also the Bible app will help you a lot. They have videos and, you know, different pastors and people that have their own walk with Christ who break stuff down within the Bible app as well. But definitely start there. Start with the Bible app. It is like the easiest thing ever. You can highlight words, you can make notes in there. And my favorite thing, I almost forgot, is the you can do Bible plans. Some of them like 5 days, 7 days, 14, 21. Y'all, them Bible plans, they got them for everything. Love, anger, anxiety, stress, you name it. Do those Bible plans. They are like the best thing ever. And it really like puts things into simple text. Chef's kiss, okay? And I did want to mention like what are my thoughts on the Christian community, specifically like on social media. I know myself, my biggest thing is I didn't want to be like one of those people that are too preachy. I do share things on my Instagram, like scriptures or, you know, God like quotes and stuff like that I see, but I never like go hard, because I'm always like, I don't want nobody to be like, you just like, I'm a blogger, of course. I never label myself as a Christian blogger. I know there are some out there, but I never wanted to be like overbearing to people. I still share, but I'm not going to judge anybody. I don't want anybody judging me, and so I just, you know, stay in my lane. But I have seen people, it's just like back in the day before social media even became a thing. You know, you get the holier than thou saints, and they judge everyone, and you know, they're like the most perfect ones in the church. And that's why, you know, people that are still struggling with their faith don't want to come, because they feel like they're judged. I feel like sometimes that is on social media. I won't name any names, but I have seen Christian bloggers, content creators, like some of the content that they put out, some of the things that they say is like, you're saying you're doing this to help non-believers or people still on their, you know, faith walk, but it's given judgy. It's given that's not Christian like, and I don't like that. I don't like, there's a way to get people to God, to lead people to God, but not in a condescending way, not in a judgy way. Like, that's not it. That's not how God wants it to be done. And baby, you are not God, so I don't need you out here trying to play him. But I do see those things on social media. There are still some people that are great, that I, you know, like seeing on there, that are doing it the right way. But I don't want that to discourage anyone from starting their own journey with Christ, because everyone is not the same. Everyone has their own journey. Don't let what someone else says discourage you, because everybody has a different story. And so I did want to mention that, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has seen things like that on social media. But baby, let it fly. I know it may upset you, because sometimes it be upsetting me, but just let it fly. You and God, y'all the only ones that, you know, understand your relationship. Don't do the best you can. Don't worry about what other people say. This is your journey with Christ. And before I go, the last thing, I just want to stress how good God is. Y'all, as I've already said, there's nothing in my life that I did on my own. Absolutely nothing. God has pretty much showed up and showed out in my life with every single thing. He's kept me every step of the way. There have been like very dark times in my life, and he's proven to me, you are my daughter. You will rise above all of this. And I have, and I continue to rise above all of it. The best thing that I could have ever did in life was give my life to Christ. And that's just me being completely honest. When I think about when people say, you know, some of this stuff is made up, it's man-made, and yes, there are, you know, some people that that are not in this community for the right reasons, but there are so many people that are. I always say, I'm losing nothing by giving my life over to Christ, but if I don't, I lose everything. And like I said, it was the best decision that I could have ever made. And any chance that I get, I will tell somebody about the wonderful things that God did, what he's doing right now, and what he's going to do for the future, because I trust all of that. And I have faith that he will just blow my mind beyond the expected, because he always does. So I do want to leave y'all with that. If you are thinking about starting your journey, or you're on your journey and you're struggling, let me know. Please drop a comment below, because I would love to hear from you and, you know, get your side, you know, your journey and things like that. But y'all, that's pretty much it. I never thought I would do a video like this. It's really crazy, but I'm glad that I did. Like, I feel so good that I did this video. Like, honest and truly, I really do feel good about it, and I'm glad that I did this. I was a bit nervous about it, but I'm like, you know what, if it can help somebody, if it can lead somebody, just one person, it's all worth it. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with somebody. You never know who might need this. Share, and also don't forget to hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.